Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Today, I would like to talk about the present hot issues till today talked that is still talked in every news channel, in TV, or also in internet. So my name is Fajarani Susanti. It's better for us to start now. The present hot issues that I would like to talk is about omnibus law. Who knows? Who don't knows about omnibus laws? Omnibus law is rules that is still confusing for many people, almost all people in Indonesia, because it um, set many sides in our life, like for work and also for everything in this life, and one of it is about work. And about because of omnibus law that House of Representatives told us at 5th October 2020, they still they then explain about that again after some times ago. We also know that omnibus law, about this rule or about omnibus law, there are many um, contra about this problem. There are many students, many people who drop in the street to refuse that rules or that law about omnibus law, because they thought that there are many law, many point in that law that not uh, it's not good for our life, especially for their life who are impacted for that law, like especially for work, because many labor who dropped in the street on that time, and it's happened again at maybe about 5 before 5 October or after it, even after now. No, after sometimes ago, 3 days ago or 2 days ago, there are many labor also who dropped the street in Jakarta to refuse that law. It's too crucial actually for this life about that law, because there are many points that don't they don't know they don't want that it will be real. Like, first one is about full minimum wage requirements, that the requirements in religion was deleted from that law. So many people who worried about their wage, because on their salary, because there are no exact rule about how many salary that they will get if they work in a religion, or especially in a company, because there are no exact law or no exact rule about it. Because that I heard from the demonstration that there are their wage or their salary will be depend on the company, so it's not depend on the religion again. And it also makes some contra for the labor, because they think that they will be like their right will be removed as a labor or as a worker, that the salary is not balanced with their work, like that. Because if there are no minimum wage or minimum salary requirements, so who work uh, in a region that between in between in one company to another is different, like that. So there is no what's that, there is no mm, a standard a standard salary that have to pay by company. And the second one is severance pay is reduced. So uh, if they are homed as they are home by the company, so they will not get severance pay. So just let it go, just like it. So it is normally, if they don't want it happen to their life, to their work, because they need money and they need also many right as a workers. And one of it, I think, is severance pay. Then about employment contract without time limit. So there are no time limit but the contract, because I don't know what government need from it, but I also don't agree with this, because employment without contract limit, it means that there are no exact employment in a company. So the company, it's just depend on the company, how long they want contract the employment. If they don't want again, so they just home that their employees. It's not good for our life, actually. So the next is getting compensation after 1 year. So getting compensation after 1 year, I don't know actually for this material or for this point, because um, I don't know for the compensation in work world, but they also don't agree with this, because they think that if they work before 1 year or so, they will not get that compensation. Otherwise, they better to get it. They think like that. And because all of this problem or all of this point, I think that first we have to read the point by point, or we have to learn about the point before we drop to the street, before we asked about our right. Because when we decide to drop to the street or want our right, but our side is false, it's too shame. So we have to learn about it, because government also said that the full minimum wage requirements is not like what they think before, because the government say that it depends on the work or the job desk, like that. So about the employment contract without the time limit, it also the government said also it is not like what they read only on the point, but on the explanation part they don't read it, because the contract without time limit is for some workers, so not for all. For me, for one of students in Indonesia, I think that for work for me in future it's too important too, but we have to think about the better and the worse in about this omnibus law before we ask our right like that. So I think enough for my argument